Good evening, everyone. We're a day early, but that's okay when we're talking turkey with me, Brand Ambassador Jeanette Martin for JD Farms. Oh, wow. It's been a week and wow, what an incredible week. And I think we're about to have our real summer coming up this weekend and all next week. So it's going to be really, really hot and it's time to keep the cooking outside. And I do know that we're advertising right now at JD Farms. We have our turkey shish kebabs ready to go for the barbecue. So whether you can get into the store or you've already been to the store and you've bought some of our turkey meat that comes already like frozen, either the thigh meat or the breast, the filet, then this recipe is for you. So tonight we're going to announce who's won the first $20 gift certificate. But not right now. You're going to have to wait till the end. And then we're going to announce our next contest for our next $20 gift certificate. So, gotta stay tuned. And I know who the winner is. So tonight, I'd love for you to tune in. Let me know in the comment sections where you're coming in from. We have 8,013 of you out there in our Facebook land on our page. And I'd love to know where you're coming from. And do you have any big plans? This is the last weekend of summer. So it's time to really enjoy and, of course, get our kids all thinking about how they're going to get back to school. So tonight I thought I would talk a little bit and do recipes with our JD Farms exclusive spice blends. You can get these on in our store, of course, as well as online. So when you're ordering your turkey products, take a look under the spices section and you can grab our spice blends. They have been specifically made for us. And I thought, you know what better way to show you how to use some of these spice blends in doing some shish kebabs here at home, and the methodology of how much oil, how much acid that you want to use. And today I'm going to take 4 out of the 6. There's still one that I didn't take at the store. I can't remember. But I'm just going to go through them really quickly with you. This recipe is going to be pretty fast. So we have our Greek seasoning. We also have our Mexican chili seasoning. We have our jerk seasoning. And if you can kind of take a look at the different colors that these are, really good quality spices. And in our spice blends, there's no salt in there. So hang on to that thought. Then we have our blackening seasoning. I can remember my dad went to culinary school, a million years ago, and rest his soul, he's up in heaven. He went to a cooking class with Paul Prudhomme, and he's a very famous New Orleans chef that he started the whole blackening seasoning mix. And I can remember my dad making up big batches of it and having to have this ingredient, and that ingredient, and that ingredient. Well, this is much easier to do. And then we have our herbs to Provence, and we have our poultry seasoning. These two I'm not going to use tonight. I find herbs to Provence and the poultry seasoning is really good that if you're going to make a stuffing or you're going to use it in sauces, it's going to go onto your turkey, not necessarily for a marinade, so to speak. So I'm going to set these aside. So tonight we're going to use our blackening seasoning, our Mexican seasoning, our jerk seasoning, and our Greek seasoning. So let's get the marinade started before I bring up the turkey and how I'm going to cut the turkey up. So I have 4 little dishes. These are small because, of course, I'm cooking for myself. But you want to have a dish where the shish kebabs can lay nice and flat in a marinade. Also a key piece when you're making a marinade. Oh my gosh, guys, how many times have you burnt your little skewers? These little wooden skewers have been in water for about 5 hours, so they're not going to burn. There's nothing worse. Most times you think your food is burning, and it's actually the shish kebab stick that's burning. So let's start with the Greek seasoning. Before me, I have various ingredients when it comes to acids that you can use in a marinade, and also my oils that I'm going to be using in my marinade. So for the Greek seasoning, I'm going to make a little bit of a mess. You need, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Take a half a teaspoon of the Greek seasoning in there for my amount that I'm going to be making. clean up my board a little bit. A little goes a long way. And for this one, I'm going to use some lemon juice. And the reason why I like to use lemon juice for this one is think about when you have Greek food, there's always that lemony potato or a Greek salad, and it just mirrors the flavors that are going to be on the accompanying dish. So I'm going to use probably about a tablespoon. You know what? I have my fancy, thought I forgot to get out. My fancy lime reamer. I love this thing. Remember, you always put cut side down because we're going to be turning this lemon inside out. Turn it in. And I believe Well Seasoned and Langley sells these. I think that's where I got mine. So you squeeze about a tablespoon. So that's good there. Mix that up and set it aside. 2 ingredients. Super simple. Because you know what? All the spices that I need are in here. Okay, so that's the side. Let's get our next one going. And we're going to use, let's do the Mexican chili. I opened this one up earlier and I had a big sneeze fest. This is like pretty potent stuff in here. So again, a half a teaspoon. Oh, that's really dry. That means there's fresh chilies in there. Okay, half a teaspoon of that one as well. This one, I'm not going to put any acid in this one. I want this one to be kind of a hybrid between a bit of a wet and a dry marinade. So in that goes. And because the flavors are so potent in this, I'm not going to use like an olive oil, which can be bitter. I just want a nice neutral oil. So I just have a little bit of basil here. I'm going to put a tablespoon of that in. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put in that other one. Oh no, I did put the acid in. That was the lemon juice. Okay. Did I put oil in this one? No, I did not. Back to this one, guys. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to use some olive oil. A tablespoon of olive oil in this one. Because, of course, that's what you would see in Greek seasoning. Okay, so we've got our Greek. I'm going to keep myself organized here. Greek seasoning on that one. Give that one a little bit of a stir because I really want those spices to stick closely to the turkey. I don't necessarily want it to break down the fibers of the turkey because that's what an acid does. It kind of breaks down the fibers and softens it up and tenderizes it. I want that nice deep flavor of the Mexican seasoning. So let's get our next one up here. And this one again is our blackening seasoning. I opened this one up earlier too, and oh my gosh, it was, oh my gosh. And I made a little sneeze too. Big, oh, I can smell paprikas in there and garlic in there. And again, I'm going to use this one as a wet dry. So I'm not going to be putting any acid in this one. And this one, because of the big blackening flavors, I'm going to use olive oil on this one. Because of the big full flavors of the seasoning. But again, no acid. And what you will find when you're cooking your kebabs, when you don't put any acid in, the meat will be a lot firmer. And the meat that has been tenderized is a little bit kind of juicier and plumper. Okay, our next one. So let me get that one so nice and organized. And where's the last one? Oh, it was hiding. So the next one is our jerk seasoning. And I'm going to use this one. Oh, guys, take a look at here. There's like really cool big chunks of the spices in here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pause right there for a second. Does everybody know the difference between a spice and an herb? Oh, I can smell the allspice in that. Well, the spice is the pod or the seed of the plant. And the herb is the leafy part. So like cilantro is one of those ones where we get a twofer out of that plant. So when the little seeds come on the top, that's coriander, but the leaves are cilantro. So a little bit of FYI on that one. So this one here, because the jerk seasoning has got those kind of warm spices that are in there, allspice, cinnamon, clove in there. I like to use an apple cider vinegar with this one. It just kind of marries the flavors that are going on in the spices. It's going to enhance just a little teaspoon of that. And again, I'm going to use the vegetable oil because I don't want any of the bitterness that sometimes that olive oil can be. And I'm about to cough, so because this spice mixture is very potent. Okay, let's give that a little bit of a stir. So we've got that one. Jerk. Perfect. So now it's time to talk turkey and how we're going to prepare the turkey. Got a little bit of board cleanup here. Okay. If you've watched in previous videos, I always do a double board method when it comes to cutting any meat. I've got my prep board that I will use for, say, cutting vegetables and things like that. I don't want to pollute this. Maybe that's not the right word, or have any raw juices on here that could go into any of my prepping. So then I always prep my meat at the end and do what's called a double board method. I have a friend that made me a bunch of these little coasters. This is wet. It goes down on my board. I've got a smaller board that I use for meat. It goes down and my board is nice and firm. Put my camera down just a little bit. Okay, so I've got two breasts in here. This amount of meat was only $9 and it's going to feed me for like 4 meals. So because it's good lean protein. And I don't know if you saw, but the meat is still slightly frozen. And that's because it's so much easier to cut when it's frozen. So it's still slightly frozen. And I'm going to take half, because I have 4 different marinades. And let's do little cubes. Isn't it interesting on how many different cultures have a skewer? I think it's, well, kebab, I believe is Greek. There's satay. There is, whoa, what's some of the other ones that are called? Well, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, and I'm just doing all meat. You could, of course, do your vegetables on there as well. But when it comes to your vegetables, a little hint is you want to have your vegetables the same kind of density as what your meat is. So if this turkey is going to cook really fast because it's very lean, I wouldn't want to have, say, a hard piece of onion. You'd want soft, like a mushroom or a green pepper. Or if you had an onion, you just want to do like a layer of onion. You wouldn't want to put like a potato unless you blanched it onto there. So just be wary of that. Okay, getting my cubes all cut up here. I see I've got some people watching. Okay, so I've got all my knife work done now. I'll just be right back. Let me even out this here. Just gonna go put my knife and wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get skewering. We will start with the lemon one first. And in order for even cooking, I have little tiny skewers because I love those. You want to, believe it or not make your meat like so, okay? You want to get it as close as possible. Give it a little bit of turn so you've got some visual interest. And that's because so you have much more even cooking. If you had it like this, number one, you could burn the skewer. Number two, it will kind of cook very quickly on the outside and not really cook on the inside. It's almost like you're putting a big piece of filet on the barbecue. Okay, we've got one little skewer there. And always give yourself a little bit of room at the end because of course you want to turn it. So I've got, that's my lemon one. I'm going to have quite a little buffet here. Okay, and let's get our jerk seasoning one in. I'm going to turn that one around because I think I need to be more square. That one. How's everybody doing tonight? Big plans last weekend? Oh, and I will mention yesterday or the day before, if you missed watching my videos, we have now uploaded 45 videos up to our YouTube channel, the JD Farms YouTube channel, under Talking Turkey Recipes. So take a look up there so you can revisit us again. So nice and tight in there. Another little skewer. Nice and tight. Now, I will leave these in the marinade. These particular little containers have lids, and about, I would say every hour for about 4 hours, I will do a little turn. I'll flip them over so the marinade gets evenly on there. Perfect. Okay, oh, it's very warm in my house right now. Oh, another little skewer. Get this one. Okay, we're almost done. So I will probably cook these in my little toaster oven, but if you are on a barbecue, of course you want to cook these to about 155 internal temperature and doing a little bit of holdover cooking time on that. So let me give it a little bit more visual interest. And I'm going to come back with this one because I've got a little extra one there. There, nice and tight. Okay, and in there. So I'll put the lids on these, give them a turn, and get them into the fridge so they can marinate for a minimum of about 4 hours. You want to get those flavors in. Okay, so I'm just going to wash my hands again, and then we're going to find out who won and how you're going to win next time. Oh, and get rid of that yucky board. Okay, awesome. So there we have it, guys. Before we get to our gift card winner, we've got our Greek seasoning. We have got our Mexican seasoning. We've got going on our blackening seasoning, and we've got our jerk seasoning. I've got quite a smell. I wish there was smell-o-vision that somebody could invent that. So there we go there. That's tonight. I'll take a quick picture, and then once I cook them up, I'll take another picture. So we'll do a little gobble gobble. So I wonder who won our first $20 gift card. And the winner is Peggy Henry. So congratulations, Peggy. We've got a $20 gift card coming to you. We will send you a message, and we'll find out how we're going to mail that to you, or you'll pick it up at our store. So guys, the next one for you guys watching all the way through. So what I want you to do is find the little hot pepper symbol in your emojis, point that into the comments, and next Thursday, when we do another edition of Talking Turkey next Thursday, then we will award another $20 gift certificate. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. From my home, God bless. From the JD Farms family, Jack, Jason, Marilyn, and Jennifer, we wish you to have a great night and a great long weekend. Make some kabobs either from our recipe here or head into the store and grab some because they're on special right now. And we just want you, of course, always to be safe, be kind, be calm, and make incredible memories with your family that's going to last lifetimes and lifetimes. Enjoy the night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can always watch the replay, and make sure you post that little hot pepper sign in order for you to win a $20 JD Farms gift card. Bye-bye, everybody.